even the Doctor Who writers know it's over. We had one of the Tom Baker era producers talking about how he would fix the show and was positing its format. Now we have a former Doctor Who writer from the original Russell T Davies era declaring the show is probably as dead as we've ever known it. We've known this as fans for a long, long time. The BBC pretty much has run a lying gaslighting campaign this entire time, talking about just how it's fine, it's coming back, it's going nowhere, it's here to stay. Meanwhile, they have no plan for anything, and they've had no plan for anything all along under Russell T Davies. Now, what do we know so far? We know that this Billie Piper situation was shoehorned at the end of the show to try to garner fan interest and hopefully actually garner Disney investment interest in returning the show under Russell T Davies, when Russell T Davies really did not plan for this. In fact, he had a full season of Ncuti Gatwa returning again written for this. But with Gatwa out, they were scrambling. And of course, with the Disney deal done, they have nothing to produce as well. So they're stuck right now. And actually, Billie Piper and David Tennant recently went to a Comic-Con and started lobbying for a Doctor Who movie starring them. So it's kind of like, if they're not involved and they have no idea what's going on, obviously there is nothing going on. And that's the entirety of the show. So there was an interview given with Doctor Who Insider with former writer, and he is talking about this. And he says this situation right here, Richard Sherman, who was with the franchise since the 2005 reboot, and he says it's weird because the show is probably as dead as we've ever known it in this magazine. And it is. It very much is as dead as they've ever known it. After that, he goes back to 89, right? After years, we had, for years, a current Doctor. Now everything's ever going to produce in Doctor Who terms is going to feel retrogressive, at least with the new adventures and then the BBC books, original novels being published in the 90s. You thought, it's the current Doctor, McCoy or McGann. No one's going to start writing Doctor Who books with a Billie Piper Doctor because nobody knows what that means. In a funny way, the closing moments of the reality war seem to put a full stop on things. We didn't have that before. So what he's referencing here is that Doctor Who, even when it is not on TV on the air, has BBC audio drama productions, has Big Finish audio drama productions, has books that are coming out of Doctor Who adventures. And a lot of those are very good. I like the BBC audio ones especially. I think they tell nice stories, and they're pretty compact in an hour. They've been pretty excellent. Now, Big Finish, of course, has been doing stuff with Jodie Whittaker and, of course, the Black Lady Doctor, Fugitive Doctor, that was the deal, to try to push that agenda even further. And of course, I've not paid attention to those whatsoever, just like everybody else hasn't. But he's right here, that anything that's being produced right now is going to be of a prior Doctor's tenure. So it is going to be retrogressive in nature, because that's all fans will listen to. That's all fans will buy, and that's all fans want. In fact, there will be no Ncuti Gatwa ones from what I understand, because what I was told was that Gatwa, for whatever reason with his contract, has something where he will not be returning as Doctor Who, will not actually be having anything in there. We covered that rumor about a week ago when I was talking about why he actually left the show, what that process was like, from an insider who actually was at the BBC. And I've got more information coming over, just sort of the turmoil coming, so stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to be revealing that in the next couple of days here. But this is a pretty interesting interview, saying that it's as dead as we ever know it, because you will not have current Doctor Who stuff coming out. There's going to be nothing. I don't even think that there's going to be a Billie Piper movie or a Billie Piper show coming out. They might have to try to write something like that in there. They might skip it altogether, because who knows when something is actually going to come in the future. At this point, there's no plan. The BBC doesn't have anything going forward. Russell T Davies is frustrated and might be on the outs. We don't know. And with that, we don't have any kind of clear direction for the show, and it's the end of 2025. So that means if they can get something together in 2026, you know the way that TV goes these days, it'll be like towards the end of 2077 at the earliest when you get something out, maybe even into 2028 at this point. And the longer they delay, the longer that they don't start anything, the longer that they wait for Disney or some other investor to come in, the longer that's going to go on. And at some point, maybe Billie Piper's not available. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know who's hiring her these days. But maybe things are in a different state to where they just want to reboot things kind of from scratch. I couldn't blame them on that. And we might not even get just a continual sort of deal. Now, maybe the idea is a good one, and to just ignore everything that's happened under Russell T Davies from 2005 onwards and go back to that 1989 kind of movie that didn't work well, and then restart the continuity back from there and pretend this never happened, or just write this out of existence somehow. Might be the best way to do things at this point. Or maybe just where do we even start with? I guess we got to write Jodie Whittaker out of the existence first, because everything kind of went sour there. I mean, if you really think about where Doctor Who died, it was The Timeless Child, and that just killed all the continuity forever. It was really awful what they did with that. So with that being something that the fans really are not going to deal with, we do have a big problem. So this is what Sherman also says. He says, "I don't know that it matters, but it's a strange thing. It made me want to embrace it. The whole Doctor Who feels like it's in its own bubble." And yes, now it is in a time bubble. So he also went back. He did mean to say that he didn't mean that to sound negative. He didn't mean it to sound like R.I.P. Doctor Who, like all the fans are saying. He tried to mitigate it later when he went back after this interview. But he declared it. He declared Doctor Who is as dead as we've ever known it. And I think it is. I don't know that we're going to have a Doctor Who returning in the near future. I think that there's not going to be much going on. You'll have some of those old Big Finish and BBC audio productions with some of the old actors doing things. But that's it. You're going to have a very, very limited experience for Doctor Who in the future. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Like I said, stay tuned. I'm developing and getting information on what's going on behind the scenes with Russell T Davies, and you're not going to want to miss this exclusive. So tell your friends to come to the channel here for all things Doctor Who and science fiction. If you like my thoughts on science fiction, I am a science fiction writer myself. This is my Valiant Frontiers, guys. It is on crowdfund right now. I wrote a full trilogy of books, and they're beautiful space exploration. I actually wrote the third one, Time Bomb, which is a time travel adventure that actually spans 3 different time periods, and it's a lot of fun. I did this for Doctor Who fans, and I hope you'll enjoy it. My take on time travel. It was a lot of work, actually the most complicated story I've ever written, and I appreciate you guys being there. So please check this out. It's in the description below, and thank you guys so much for reading and supporting our channel. Let me know what you think about this. We'll be back soon.